yourself, because it's good for your health. And no one is as healthy
but you're not allowed. You're uninvited and unfortunate sight. Must be strangely exciting to watch the storm you unworthy. I need a moment to deliberate.
Oh, that's it. My date never showed up. Ma'am, you realize this is a spam diner? What a romantic gesture. He always been so tasty. But we were supposed to jump into the grinder together. The case against Shakespeare. Brought to you from the Linton Literacy Party. Quack for Crangrams.
I would like to know how to say your name. I would like to see how you play that game. Come play with me. I won't let you win.
I won't let you win. But I have to say,
Nobody can lose.
nobody can lose. Not the way I play.
Do I have consent?
I have consent. And if you're all set,
Tell me where you choose.
your place or mine.
Okay, let's go. I will write your
I will write your name. How you taught me to.
I can show you skies.
Got my eyes more gray than blue.
I
Familiarize myself with your moves.
settle in the grind.
In the grind,
Get into a groove.
tell me when you see my sun is shining. Baby, I can see your star. I can see your star is rising. Tell me when you see my sun is shining. Baby, I can see your star. I can see your star is rising.
Do you have that tape? It's your game.
I won't waste your time.
How do I apply?
It's cool, I swear. I'm qualified.
If you have control,
Your steady hand, place of control.
can I get you
We
high?
could get high. Solid gold.
I'm ready to.
I've been ready since you walked in the place.
You choose your
In
disguise.
your disguise, me in my face.
Push the button.
Push that button, that's the way we start the show.
Let's get lost
Let's
inside.
get lost inside.
Okay, let's go. Let me lead the
Let
way.
me show you where hidden treasure lies.
I know you know
I'll
mine.
just lay back and let you try.
Tell me in the groove.
Do you know how your figure moves?
Settle in my grind.
Settled in my grind.
Heavy in your groove.
Tell me when you see
was a time when I felt alive. There was a time when I wanted to try. Over the hill and sabotage or pride. How do you kill God?
You know, it's funny, in a sad kind of way. I spent 20 years driving through this goddamn country, trying to build a legacy of badassery, being the best, and pretended to beat the shit out of people. And I did! Damn it, the Texas rattlesnake did. But somewhere along the way, mild-mannered Steve Austin became something else. He became stone cold. And everybody loved it. I'd jaunt to the ring in my vest and my undies, raise my arms to the sky, and think about all the wives I had yet to meet, all the children I was soon to have, and all the goddamn beer and partying and wearing lampshades on my head and shit that was still left to do. But somewhere in there, little Steve Austin was just a scared boy. A baby. Somewhere inside, little S.A. wanted to know why we have to die. Why we have to love when it can hurt so much. Why, damn it, I really wish I had a beer right now. We can't have control. And my therapist said, aha! And I said, what? My therapist told me that I need to control things. That I worry, have anxiety, and drink to dull the madness. And I said to little inner child Steve, little Steve Austin, looks like you finally found an answer. And I did. I can't control it all. I never did. I never will. I don't need to know why it's all here. It's not all meant for me alone. But I can't keep fighting the tides of life. I have to surrender. Surrender to the unknowable, to the inescapable bonds of mortality. I have to surrender to the mystery. God damn it, that's fucking beautiful. I'm Steve Austin, and today, I'm not drinking alcohol.
Hey, this is Blazing Space, just with a little update. I am out of the Chamber of Self-Discovery. But how? Why? I'll tell you all about it this Tuesday on Weird at Night.
Wood fire springs forth. What bile does bubble? The black moon swings and the sky stirs trouble. By violent ends, we kill the light. Through the shadows, madness beckons. Weird at night.
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Weird at Night!
It's been weeks. I've been unloading my mind and it's getting better. Steve Austin is looking bright. And Stone Cold is way in the past. I'm fitting to kick some metaphysical ass and get right with my spiritual core. I've got support, people who care for me, and I care for them too. I've been banished to a fictional land, so I couldn't even call my wives or my kids if I tried. It's been nice. But it's getting to be time to shuffle off to new pastures. Not literal pastures, that's full of cow shit. But you know what I mean. It's time for a new goddamn adventure. And I think I've done as much of this black and white as I can handle, so, fuck this! I'm Steve Austin, sober friend of all, and world-renowned fictional ass kicker. I'm liable to lay some whoop ass on self-judgment, and even surer to stop a mud hole in self-defeating talk and walk it dry. And that's the bottom line because Steve Austin, non-drinking human being, said so.
Well, welcome back, friendos! I'm Patrick Galactic, the guy running this stream, and sometimes I wonder, is it even running at all? Is it? I'm checking my phone. It looks like it is. Ha! It better be, goddammit! I'm a consumer and I demand everything all the time! No. Let's connect with our environment, shall we? Let's sing the song of the cosmos. Yes! Gizmo's still on timeout. It's honestly for the little weirdo's own good because he'd probably get arrested for some of the stuff that he's saying. And you know what they do in prison, right? The hose. It would be a disaster. So you can thank me for saving us all. Seems like Stone Cold is doing better, isn't it? Doesn't it seem that way? Isn't that great? Isn't that great? It's good to see people overcome their struggles. And it seems like Stone Cold is getting pretty real with Steve Austin. And that is what you got to get to the core of because, Patrick Galactic is still Patrick Galactic in another life. And we have to take care of our real selves as much as the character that we put out there, okay? But we don't got time for legally pervert stuff with Gizmo. We gotta kick this shit off! And my favorite way to do that is the animation, the multi-frame mind fuckery of Madeline Williams.
So I'll start at the beginning. Let's see, that was about 6,000 years ago. I mean, that's what my college astronomy professor told me. Anyone want to guess Texas is where I went to school? Yeah. Yeah, I ended up writing a book report for extra credit on evolution and plate tectonics and how the continents fit together that you can see on a fucking map. So he's a nice guy. He let me skip the rest of the semester. And, so he wouldn't have to read anymore.
Amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. Always so good. Please give Madsy's Insta a follow. She is an insanely prolific artist and is sharing new stuff all the time across multiple art forms, music, comedy, animation, all kinds of stuff. It's a great Insta follow, I'm telling you. Now, if you're lost, I'll make it simple. Turn rationality off, turn party to 11, okay? This cosmic calamity ain't an accident, cowpoke. It's an art extravaganza of galactic proportion. Weird at night. It's a twice weekly art voyage through the stars. We love music. We bring the surreal comedy. Weird at Night is like a smoky patchwork quilt with the Twilight Zone 90s cable access, Pee-wee's Playhouse and Reading Rainbow all stitched in, baby. It's a little pastiche of those beautiful things. We're astonishingly wholesome for people who say fuck as often as we do here. More importantly than all of that, we're a show-munity. The chat is 100% where it's at. A lot of the stuff we'll be showing tonight, like Madsy's thing, was made by people hanging out in the chat. So give thanks to the Queen Most. Oh, shoot, wrong program. Most High! Because you're chatting amongst royalty. And don't fear the darkness, darling. It's weird. We're weird. It's night. And you're in the right place. I forgot my own catchphrase, people. So now that we're perfectly clear, respect for each other and the flow of the show is essential. Distractors, spammers, you'll be ejected by the mod of justice, Alex motherfucking F and B. Give us a follow, and at some point in the night, I'm gonna sing you a little tune and put your name in the pretty lights on the screen. A follow is a huge help. We really, really love it when you do that. You also get access to all our cool little emojis. And if you subscribe, which is merely $4.99 a month, and so helpful in this unpaid endeavor to deliver abstract amazingness to the masses, I'll put everything down, grab my guitar, and write you a 20-second song with your name in it on the spot. But for now, let the extravaganza begin. So we're kicking the night off with a trailer for a new short film called Manifest Destiny Jesus. This is a really interesting premise. Manifest Destiny Jesus will be premiering at the DC Black Film Fest starting on the 19th of this month. And it's kind of connected to someone in the Wannaverse here who might make a special appearance, but not now. For now, we're gonna watch the trailer. Here you go.
The organic section, and it's really big now.
Donut shop. CrossFits.
Kombucha.
I can't even afford to live in here.
But I never will forget that the big book on the coffee table with this white guy on it. But he black.
The spirit is multicolored.
Seriously?
About who?
Really?
He was down with the hookers.
Are you talking about Jesus from The Walking Dead? Or are you talking about Jesus on the cross?
I've never seen that many white people walk by.
And he calls me Black Jesus.
It was translucent.
Wow, this neighborhood's really up and coming, which means getting nicer, which means feeling safer, which means,
We've been here 40 years. So you really painted the sidewalk and told us we can't park here? What?
How can we, at the same time, be these black people who are dealing with oppression, but also worship our oppressor?
All right. Well, you see, the short documentary, Manifest Destiny Jesus, examines how portraying Jesus as white has reinforced cultural divides from the colonial era up through our modern period of rampant gentrification, segregated churches, and police violence. How can we build a society where we truly care about our neighbors who don't look like us? The film finds inspiration in everyday people. We weave together the stories of a white family who has adopted 2 black boys, an African-American dancer, and an interracial Seattle congregation reckoning with their stained glass image of Christ. And in this movie, our very own Naomi Bayomi Fayomi shares about some things she is learning while raising 2 black sons and some actions she has taken as a result. Now, we dropped the links. This is available to stream. The film festival is available to stream, so you don't have to go to DC or anything like that to watch it. But make sure you do watch it. Make sure you watch Manifest Destiny Jesus, and let us know what you think. Because like I said, a little bird, not the goblin bird, told me that Naomi Bayomi Family has been working at this for quite some time and is featured. So many good reasons to give it a watch. We're going to be talking about this more as it approaches. Okay, now, little thing we got to settle here between ourselves. I've had enough of your questions. Now I'm asking you a question. You, on every platform, be it on Twitch or on YouTube Live. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to at me in the chat with your answer, and we'll read them when we come back. But here's my question. If you had the power to forgive only one terrible thing in history, just one, what would it be? There are no wrong answers, okay? We're all talking hypothetically. If we all just ran to the worst thing, we'd probably all say the same thing. So be as creative as you want. No judgment here. We're just having fun. I'll read them when we come back. Tonight we're loaded up with great stuff. We'll have live performances from Night Hikes, Mount Fog, and Beatrix Sky, all our featured performers from Saturday's live stream. Nana Mujo's here, and way more. But first, the motherfucking monster of ceremonies is here right now, so let's get to that. How about that?
Fighting for the wrong scene. Please depend to fall on demons when I crawl to reason. Preaching sinners, call the deacon. T been finna ball all season. Peeking past the tallest ceiling. It's the fault of feelings. Reeling, put a pause on healing. And the frost get chilly, silly. Well, the spell done cost the dealing. Where the cards is disadvantaged. Then the planet just gon' seal it up. And the real is wondering what's the blind appeal of something claiming substance, but in the end would only seek abundance. Repeat assumptions about the ones who claim they see the spirit that been around before a time we'd even need to hear it. That sit around and kill a vibe to just achieve adherence. We need to breach the clearances and make the least appearance. To live a life of fabrication, they don't dock it. Put a wallet where you say shit, it's better in your pocket. I'm proud to be a prophet, unfulfilled promise. No tater tot, slow fader, watch it. Faker sign offhand and change up all the logic.
What can you say, right? What can you say to the monster of ceremonies, Terry Monstrosity? Now you might be asking yourself, why is Patrick not wearing his hat? Why does he look so much like Ryan Bryan right now? Well, I would say this. I'm not wearing my hat because I literally pulled it out to put it on my head earlier and it stunk so bad, I almost threw up. I'm not kidding. It stunk so bad, I almost threw up. I gotta wash that thing before I can wear it again. So you get the free flowing locks tonight, people. Tonight. We got a few answers coming in. I'm gonna let a few more come in. I want to know, what are your histories? What thing in history would you forgive? Would you take back? If you could, I want you to at me in the chat. I'll read it when we come back from this. But this needs a little introduction. Okay, so last episode we hit, a few snafus, right? Maybe one just really big snafu. We could see everything, we just couldn't hear it, which is kind of a big deal with live music, as you might imagine. But tonight, don't worry, I got us on lock, okay? We're kicking it off with an amazing performance from the one and only Mount Fog from her album release show. Like I said, this is Mount Fog live from the show that we were trying to simulcast last episode. This is live from the Lo-Fi Performance Gallery.
This next song is about how it feels good to just sometimes be like, oh, I'm a rock, and That's fine.
And tell me why. I saw you fighting, I saw you hitting little birds with rocks. And I asked myself, is it okay if I just look the other way? Because I am like a stone alone in the universe. And I use this fact to feel okay. Where does this take us? I don't have a book of morality. Not today. If I knew you better, I'd tell you, go find God. Because I am like a stone alone in the universe. Though I'm like a stone, things are wrong, things can fall. Silence can feel wrong. Though I'm like a stone, I saw.
Awesome stuff from Mount Fog. And also one of the production members from that shoot is in the chat right now. And that would be the one and only TC Blackout, who was a big part of making that whole thing come together, along with Blazing Space and Hippie Johnny, who you guys don't know, but you might someday. Okay, so it looks like we have enough now that we can do this. Hey. We did start off with a question for me. Ash Maddie, not following directions as usual, asks, when does Alex get her 1-year anniversary cover of Smooth by Santana featuring Rob Thomas of Matchbox 20 that you promised her? That was not the song I promised to cover. But to clarify for the rest of you, if you subscribe to this stream for 1 year, the deal is you get to name a song and I will cover it on this show. Now, I am drastically behind on this. And Alex and Ash Maddie, you have no idea how much stress I've carried over how late this is. But it is coming. It is happening. Life's been a little nuts, but it is happening for sure. Alex FMV answering the question of what in history would you forgive if you could forgive one thing? Alex said, I would forgive Dua Lipa for putting DaBaby on Levitating. Good answer. Ash Maddie, great answer. I would forgive Dartone III for all the raccoons. Hey, very noble of you. Madsy in the End Time says, I feel we should forgive Nero. The violin accompaniment really added to the atmosphere of the flames. Well put. TC Blackout, which asked another question for me. Which Spice Girl is your spirit warrior? I believe I've answered this before, but it is Sporty Spice. She just seemed to have kind of more moxie than the rest of them. You know, they're the Spice Girls. They're not necessarily, you know, meant to be knocked around, but Sporty Spice seemed like, you know, sporty. Dartone the Third. For what I would change, it would be 9/11, with the focus being stopping or slowing down the 2 decades of American intervention. A serious answer from Dartone. Did you ever think that would happen? Great answer, though. Alex FMV says, I forgive Sporty Spice for not being gay. Bicentennial Baby says, oh shit, I can't even think of one historical injustice without hearing 1,000 more injustices scream. I say Belgium's history with the Congo, just to say something, I guess. I'd definitely take that back if I could. I need to learn more about that, apparently. But see, that's why I ask these questions, is I'm extracting information from all of you. Don't you see that? Don't you see it? This is a big scam, damn it. Dartone says, I thought he was saying he would forgive climate change, but you've already picked one, Dartone. And then Ash Maddie says, I totally forgive you for not having had time to learn a new song only to play once. Weird at Night. That's the way to do this, okay? That's the way to do this. Forgiveness, people. Forgiveness. Find it in your heart. You find it everywhere, okay? So, speaking of pickups, Converge Media is picking up where the major news networks drop off. They do incredible work letting people know what's going on in the community and beyond. Why don't you check it out?
I did it for the city, I did it for the love, I did it for the people, I did it for us.
Back on this rap ish, I ain't even broke a sweat, homie, this practice. Pondering my next move, staring at my track list, hope I ain't miss my window. Praying like a Baptist, Seattle's own. Tired of this Game of Thrones. They made a list of the best rappers, and guess who wasn't on? While the disrespect continues, I'm steady packing these venues.
Every single weekday at 11 a.m. West Coast time, Omari Salisbury and Trey Holiday are live presenting fascinating stories on their morning update. Go to whereweconverge.com. Check out all the channels that they're available on. Most people watch them on Facebook, but they are on Twitch and YouTube as well. And consider visiting their Patreon, and even more, consider supporting their work with whatever you may have to give. It's a very wise decision. Independent media needs support, and these folks are absolutely worth your support. Now, you know we love the arts here at Weird at Night, like a lot, okay? And who is a bigger arter than Andy fucking Warhol? Am I right? Now we know Warhol's work. We know it's significant, but do we know why? Do we know why? Anybody? Well, you're in luck.
So you've heard of Andy Warhol and you know he did the soup cans and the portraits. But today I want to tell you why his work really is interesting and worth your consideration. Here's the case for Andy Warhol. You know him to look like this, but Andrew Warhola was born in Pittsburgh to Slovakian immigrant parents and started out looking like this. He grew up sickly and spent a lot of time at home drawing with his mom, but he eventually escaped to New York after graduating from Carnegie Tech in 1949. He changed his name and quickly became a success as a commercial illustrator. He developed a signature technique that allowed him to trace and copy images and create a delicate blotted line. It was an early instance of his affinity for automation, or finding other people or processes that do the work for and with him. He was determined to make it in the field of so-called fine art and started shopping for a way in. Instead of making art for advertisements, he started making advertisements as art, choosing subject matter that would find traction with the emerging field of pop art. He made paintings of Coca-Cola, S&H green stamps, and of course, Campbell's soup cans. He saw these things as a common language, saying, "What's great about this country is that America started the tradition where the richest consumers buy essentially the same things as the poorest." And it wasn't about the individual things so much as the sheer abundance of things, which reflected the spread of mass manufacturing and growing post-war American consumer culture. Warhol started out using rubber stamps and stencils to make these paintings, but soon landed on silk screening as a way to speed things up. He created his well-known factory and set to work with assistants, rolling out product after product, displaying them in warehouse-like arrangements. He was also interested in products of the human variety and started making paintings of celebrities, reproducing images from publicity stills, newspapers, and magazines, making shrewd commentary on the celebrity as commodity. There are a number of subjects that recur in Warhol's work: shoes, products, money, celebrities, rich people, disaster, death, himself. Shoes, products, money, celebrities, rich people, disaster, death, himself. But these weren't just Warhol's obsessions. They are deeply reflective of the culture of the time. If you ascribe to the theory that the 20th century was the American century, then Warhol's work takes on even more importance. His work charts the development of our obsession with fame and questions the growing commercialization and uniformity of most areas of American life. Warhol was an extremely astute business person who formed his first corporate entity, Andy Warhol Enterprises, in 1957, and he never really stopped working for hire. He made thousands of commissioned portraits, the first of which was this one of art collector Ethel Skoll, based on photos taken by a machine, or rather a photo booth. By the 1970s, commissioned portraits were a solid chunk of Warhol's income. Anyone could have their portrait made for $25,000, with additional canvases available at discounted rates. Along with his services, Warhol was also keen to trade on his own image, creating numerous self-portraits throughout his career and offering himself up for endorsements. And of course, Warhol was not just an artist, but also a filmmaker, band manager, magazine publisher, and TV producer, who fearlessly explored and embraced new media. From the 1950s until his untimely death in 1987, Warhol was a shapeshifter, always open to the new, always innovating, and always reflecting the time. Like Jay-Z, but far earlier, he understood that to be an artist in a market economy meant not being a businessman, but being a businessman, and he turned himself into a globally recognized brand. People debate whether Warhol defined an ad-driven factory-made culture or was defined by it, but his work remains important because what mattered to Warhol proved prophetic. People called him a sellout, but by laying bare the relationship between commerce and art, Warhol nullified the very idea of a sellout, and in the process made possible the work of Jeff Koons, Shepard Fairey, and so many contemporary artists.
All right, the legend and the apocryphal legend of the one and only, very, very well known Andy Warhol. Now, I have some interesting takes on Andy Warhol, primarily that, while his work, clearly takes influence from people like, oh God, I'm spacing on the name right now, the urinal guy. It takes influence from Dada, certainly, okay? It definitely takes some influence from things that were meant to provoke and catch people's attention, okay? But what Andy Warhol was also very good at was parodying these things while also charging top dollar for that parody. And what I would say is Andy Warhol walked a very fine line that you usually only see in something like professional wrestling, okay? Where people who are engaged in a thing that is fake, but they have to act like it's real, start to lose track of what's real and what's fake. It's called working yourself into a shoot. And I think by the 80s, Andy Warhol had certainly worked himself into a shoot. But that is not to say that he didn't contribute massively. That is not to say that he didn't have a tremendous impact on American life. But as we get further away from what he did, I think the one thing that all art movements lose over time is the reason. And I think it's very important for us to remember why Andy Warhol was making this and why Andy Warhol was parodying consumer culture, why he was parodying vanity and the need to be famous, and how everybody kind of had a secret desire to be famous. He was the one who tapped into that. He was the one who in many ways created the current landscape of fame with his thoughts on that. So I also think that Andy Warhol, was a great artist and one worth checking out. So anytime you have a little time to learn more about Andy Warhol, I highly recommend it, but I gotta knock this shit off. We got bills to pay, people. All right, Where Tonight is presented by the Status Quo. We've designed your life. Now shut the fuck up and live it. My life is a movie that will never end. Patient acceptance of mediocrity is freedom. The Built Madly game, trust but terrify. Lie to everyone, but insist that they trust you. Just like the pros. Wage war on ideas, breed distrust, paranoia, and win. Don's long gone lawns. He's still a little banged up, but he's back out there, people. Don takes acid and plays with knives on your lawn, because God is in the grass, man. Use promo code 129777777. 999-125. Something will happen. It's $10, but you can pay it in acid. No talking. Keep the kids and pets inside. And finally, our oldest and most treasured sponsor, Shitty's Pizza. They've been with us every single episode since the beginning. 131 episodes of the almighty Shitty's Pizza. The hospital is right next door. If you don't know why, just have a slice. Use promo code Why God Do We Suffer, and they will give you a free depubing, which is normally $4.99. But if you use that promo code, we'll use the scraped pubes to shave and save, baby. That's right, we're gonna make you a complimentary merkin from the shaved pubes. It's fun for the whole family on the corner of 9th and Nocturnal Drive, just past the memory of your first fully charged smartphone. Hi, everybody. Good. This is fun. I'm having a grand old time. How are we all doing? I hope you're all having fun. Looks like we got some really cool Andy Warhol conversation going on here, which I love. Ash Maddie said, also weird at night. Fun fact. Oh, let me read Matt's first comment. Ash Maddie says, when I was in high school, my parents brought us to Seattle and we went to the Seattle Art Museum, and it was a Herring Warhol Disney exhibit, which to me sounds like fucking amazing. I would love to see that. By the way, did you all know that Salvador Dali and Walt Disney actually did collaborate on a project at one point? I've seen part of it. And have you seen any about Dali's other short films? Spoiler for those with a weak stomach. If you don't want to see a cow eye be cut apart with a knife, don't watch it. It scarred me for life. Thank you, Dali. Yeah, so Ash Maddie's talking about going to the Seattle Art Museum, saw a Herring Warhol and Disney exhibit. He says, we didn't do a lot of that, but that was so cool. It was so cool that they did that. Madsy in the End Times says, Warhol's Frankenstein was pretty interesting. I haven't actually seen that, Madsy. Ash Maddie adds, also weird tonight, fun fact, even though I appreciate the music and impact of the band The Doors less than most people, I love the Oliver Stone movie, The Doors. And Crispin Glover's Warhol was brilliant. I do think if there is somebody who is cut out to play Andy Warhol from concrete, it is our boy Crispin Glover. He's kind of perfect for that role. I would just cast him infinitely as Andy Warhol in every movie that gets made, especially now that David Bowie is dead. I'm not sure if you've seen this, but there is actually a drama based on the relationship between Andy Warhol and Biscuit, and David Bowie plays Andy Warhol in that movie, and it's very interesting. And examining Andy Warhol's production techniques, kind of how everybody's running around to do it for him. The guy figured out how to maximize the people around him, I will say that. Madsy in the End Time says, Dali also engaged in interesting art production practices. Agreed. Also a weirdo, very much of the same ilk as an Andy Warhol, but not quite as smart, I would say. Madsy in the End Times asks, is asking in response to TC Blackout, what is Andy War Hall of Fame? I don't know either. TC Blackout says, Disney and Dali took acid together in Wyoming once. All right, I could read all of your stuff, okay? But we do have a show to do. And while we're here, I just want to encourage anybody who hasn't been checking out the show till tonight to give us a follow on the channel. It's a really big help. You'll be notified each and every time we're live, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch. We could really use your support. So please make sure to give us a follow. I will sing you a little auto-write tune at some point in the show tonight. So it's a lot of fun. And we'd love to have you back. And the easiest way to come back is to know when it's on, which you'll be notified of if you follow the channel. All right. So we have a lot of Warhol talk still going on. I'm glad that we got that up and running. Also, one more thing, we are looking for what I call a link bunny, which is somebody who does what Ash Maddie is doing tonight. Ash Maddie has done this for approximately 131 episodes with some assists from Alex FMV. And last episode, I actually did the links myself. It was a disaster. So you don't want me doing the links, but if you hear a lot, even if there's more than one link bunny, maybe we can have a few. I want to find a way to make that fun and also find a way to reward the people who do it. Ash Maddie, you got out at the wrong time. But yes, we do need a new link, Bunny. It's pivotal to the free-flowing nature of the show. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay? Now, have you kids heard about the WAN tubes? Hey everybody, are you excited to check out WANTube? It's YouTube. No, WANTube! WANTube! Yeah! It's YouTube. No, seriously, it's called WANTube. It's a cute play on the name. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that great? It's Weird at Night on YouTube! Go check us out on YouTube. Check out our channel. Check out everything we have up there so far. We're uploading our old episodes. We have all your favorite bits from the Waniverse. Just make sure you go in, give it a deep dive, and most importantly, give it a subscribe and click that little notifications button so that you get notified each and every time we upload some new shit. Until then, I'm just gonna try not to get sued by YouTube. All right, well, it's almost time to bust out into the second half of the show, except somebody was paying attention and followed the channel, and now I'm gonna sing him a song, and that would be Jeremy Wayne. Jeremy Wayne, it would have been such a shame if we didn't have your name as a follower. You should follow the channel, everybody who hasn't, 'cause Jeremy Wayne is the kind of brave the one of us needs. There you go, Jeremy. Thank you very, very much. We also just got a subscriber over on YouTube. Carolyn Brotherton, it is so great that you subscribe to YouTube each and every day. I love to post there and make stuff for you all, but I want to make sure that you see it. So thanks for the follow. All right. Thank you, Carolyn Brotherton. Thank you to Jeremy Wayne. And anybody else, you brave enough? You want to step up to the plate? You want to have your name in the big lights? You can. It's not too hard. So, coming up, we got way more coming at you tonight. The Pink Cloud is going to stop in. Nada Mucho has newsy news and great tunes to share. Beatrix Sky is in the house and much more. But first, we delve into the live music from last Saturday with an incredible performance from friends of the show, Night Hikes.
Streaming live on Weird at Night. And a huge thanks to you all for being here.
Yeah, we're so happy to be here.
shore.
Thank you.
All right, that was Night Hikes. That was awesome. Awesome. I really enjoy Night Hikes because I feel like it's just a smooth, beautiful fucking ride. Great driving music. Thanks to Night Hikes. Smash their Bandcamp links and show them some love. Make sure you go to the next show when they're around, and maybe, who knows, maybe we'll be able to live broadcast that one and actually hear it. But hope to have you all back soon either way. Also, now that I can put it in the pretty lights, I'm going to. This was Carolyn Brotherton subscribing to us on YouTube. Thank you, Carolyn. I said I'd put your pretty name in the pretty lights. That's pretty, right? Okay, so now we heard from the Pink Cloud's unknowing nemesis, Steve Austin, Stone Cold, who's just calling himself Steve Austin right now, earlier, okay? The Pink Cloud has an update too, and I'm really not sure what the hell this could be, but I never do.
Well, it's been a week since I quit crack, and I gotta tell you, that shit is definitely whack. In the sense that I wanted to whack the fuck out everyone I see, and the only one around to whack is Booger Bitch. He's so understanding!
Who you talking to, little fluff?
Oh, just the screen thing. The Weird at Night. The stupid shit.
Gotcha!
Anyway, Booger Bitch is recovering, and I've tried to be extra nice due to injuring him in the first place.
Hey, little fluff!
God damn it.
Yeah? Since I can't move my arm, do you think you can get me the next disc in season 5 of Mad About You?
Motherfucker, I will fucking end you! Do you hear me? Jesus fucking Christ, I'm so sick of your constant needling! Constantly whining about your wimpy fucking arm! You're lucky I don't have teeth or I'd bite the fucking thing off! Fuck. I'm sorry. Crack withdrawal. I'll go get it.
Aw, you're the best, little fluff!
I swear to God, if he calls me little fluff one more time, I'm gonna eat his fucking face. Anyway, crack is bad. Be well, Wetaverse. Hopefully we don't see each other in person for another 6 weeks to a year, because I'll probably murder all of you.
Well, don't do crack, people, because when you do, it is really hard to get off of it, and you're not very fun to be around, as you can see with our friend the Pink Cloud, who is really regretting possibly being, addicted to crack. So don't try it. If it's offered to you, just run away, okay? The Shop of Juan is where we make things happen, okay? It's where we make things happen, all right? You love the show, you love listening to the show, you like watching the show. Don't you want to wear the show? I know I do. I'm not wearing it right now because I am on the show right now. But you don't have to make the same mistake I did. If you want to go to our artist studio, where we have merch for people who have been prominently featured on Weird at Night, oftentimes more than once, but it is absolutely open to any of the artists that have appeared on the show. You can buy yourself a Blazing Space hat, a DeQueen of Everything t-shirt, a Terry Monstrosity shirt, You can, Nada Mucho's in there, Astral Media's in there. We have all kinds of people in there, and we're gonna have all kinds more very soon. But the great thing about the Artist Studio is every purchase made there goes 100%, all the profits from those sales go 100% to the artists themselves. We don't hold on to anything. If you want to support the show, we do have some amazing Weird at Night merch. As you can see from the Pink Cloud fanny pack we got here, the Weird at Night branded merch. Usually I'm wearing that hat that you're seeing in the picture right now. So it's absolutely there, absolutely available, and we'd love it if you gave it a look. Check out the Artist Studio first, and then give everything else a look too. We do have a commemorative mug for tonight's episode that I forgot to load up into the show, clearly, but that's okay. It's okay. Now, what we do have coming up next is the incredible Nada Mucho Newsy News. That's new, hosted by the one and only Nina Wasson-Carey, and some amazing music shares. Check it.
Hey everyone, this is Nina Wasson-Carey bringing to you Nada Mucho Newsy News That's New. Nada Mucho is 100% volunteer driven for the love of independent music. Tonight we have an incredible lineup of new music to share with you. For each of these artists, we're going to drop the link in the chat. What you need to do is click on those links and support those artists directly. This is Nina Wasson-Carey, and you are watching Weird at Night.
Pose, you know I'm golden. Tricks up the sleeve with the cards that I'm holding. Fuck your crew, cause I roll 5 deep. Step up to them enemies following me back. I'ma run this shit. You say I'm a nobody, can't stand in, but I beg to disagree. Oh yeah, I should follow me. Gangstar pedigree, guaranteed you ain't seen the best of me. Take your shot, I only need one. Shook at the end of a barrel of a gun. Boom, 9mm for a revolver. Can't turn back, I won't falter. Nervous still, then get off the boat. I got nerves of steel and you can't stay afloat. Give me the intel, spill the dopio. Have the tendency to battle, but
Mars up in the stars, with Saturn returning. I'll stay home, not go to Rome. That town is burning. In Avignon, we're hanging on. Our spirits are chilling. That black plague is vicious and vague, and so undistinct. There's a clock on the wall, but it seems to be off. They say help's coming soon, or maybe it's not.
Your horse, don't forget to sing along. 'Cause
Well, damn. That's a bunch of good stuff. Good God. Shubzilla and Bill Beats of our Twitch fame, Noir Grime. I'm going to tag them right now. I want you to go follow that Noir Grime channel, okay? I'm dropping it in the chat right now. They are absolutely fantastic. That was Shubzilla and Bill Beats. We had Polyrhythmics with an incredible jam. Virgin of the Birds, who I played a show with years ago and always have really, really loved their kind of kinksy vibe. Very, very kinksy, and I really, really dig it. Great songwriters. Wes Spate, one of my very, very good friends in this here music business. I got about 10 of those. I can count them on two hands and maybe less, but Wes Spate is one of them for sure. Greg Denber, I love that track. I really, really was patient with it, sat with it, listened to it a few times. It really, really builds into something truly beautiful. Summer Sleeves, really enjoyed that track. Linda from Work, that smacked me across the face. That was great. And the Apocalypse track, also great stuff. So that was an awesome share group. I don't know what we call it. That was an awesome group of song shares from Nada Mucho. And I don't want you to forget that every Wednesday, Find Your Weird is a show that I do with Nada Mucho editor, Matt Ashworth. That's Ash Matty in the chat. We get together and we talk about a topic and we try to get you all involved and talk about it with us. And I don't remember what our topic is right now, so I'm opening this link and it's gonna tell me, we wanna know, what are some of the strangest places you've seen a live show? What are some of the strangest places you've seen a live show? We'll be asking that tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time on the Stereo app. We drop the link in the chat. We want to find your weird. We don't have to just talk about that. We can talk about anything, but that's the starting point, okay? And at any point in the show, you can just kind of call in, we'll play your comments. If you want to spam us, if you want to heckle us, hey, it's fun. And also, last thing, don't forget about our post-show Discord voice chats. I'm very excited. We hang out for as long as we feel like it. Sometimes till the sun comes up somewhere. Riffing, sharing, connecting. It's amazing. I'll be there, and I'm sure we're gonna have a great group tonight. Oh, got spit on my lip here. Have a rad group there tonight. Don't miss out. That's directly after the show in our Discord voice chat. We're going to be hanging out about 10 minutes after this goes off the air, okay? But speaking of missing out, the recently well-traveled and Patrick and Blazing Space, now personal friend Twist, our literary envoy, returns with a new and amazing rendition of Instrumental.
Hello, and welcome. To Instrumental, a segment where I write microfiction for music that has no lyrics. Such as the song Memoria by electronica producer Spring in a Small Town. Let us begin. I am a dead remnant of the ancient world curled up inside an empty detergent bottle inside of a trash can at the end of the driveway in front of a split-level house in the suburbs, and I torture myself every night by insisting on dreaming. Myths don't exist anymore. Magic doesn't exist anymore. Only dreams. Magic is the dinosaur blood of a distant epoch, a fossil fuel, a non-renewable resource sucked dry. All the dryads have been pruned and mulched. All the water spirits have been chlorinated and treated like sewage, and plastic fairies hover in perpetuity above lawns coated in pesticides and rock gardens littered with stranded acorns. I slipped inside one of those fairy statues once, then left feeling profoundly embarrassed, only the last few sacrileges left. Things I have possessed over the last few months: a scuba mask with a backstrap broken, a deflated inner tube, the handle of a rusted-over gardening trowel, the scissor-cut spine of a six-pack ring, a Barbie doll with a melted face, the broken armrest of a neon green lawn chair, bottles upon bottles upon bottles, holding in the stench of curdled milk and acrid citrus and choking chemical miasma. I feel the sludge of strawberry jelly mixed with dishwashing liquid on my skin, and that's when the dreams start. The ones where I reach back through the roots of the plant that the plastic used to be. some leftover smear of magic on the inside of a long empty container, and I rise up red and carnivorous out of the trash can, teeth pointed and ready to take root, and the ground shakes and the picture windows of all the houses on the block shatter, and then I wake up, because dreams are not magic. Dreams are eternally recyclable and eternally disposable, like plastic, like me. I draw into myself, feeling like garbage, listening for the song. Chanting, screeching, something muffled that sounds like singing if I tell myself it is. The first night I heard it was after I woke up inside an empty bottle of pomegranate juice, sweetness on my tongue and blood in my eyes. And I turned to my left, and there was a leprechaun with red hair and a green hat grinning at me, a rainbow rising from his head. I instinctively moved towards him, following the sound coming from his mouth. And then I understood, like the fairies made of plastic. But the song still remained. I sat still and listened for a long time, the words Lucky Charms printed in gold above me. And all I wanted was to sing back, to respond, but I didn't have the words. Plastic is further away from the earth than paper. A live language hovers above a dead one, sterile and suspended in midair. When I don't have the dreams of destruction and upheaval and roots piercing human flesh, I dream of trees sprouting up from the front yard, blocking all the windows from the street. Trees stout and tall as oaks, sprouting plastic leaves and plastic flowers, bright and bristling in the sunshine. And I can say everything I want to say. And then I wake up, because dreams are made of plastic, and magic is wrapped in paper. And I sneak out of the trash can before the sun rises and the garbage truck comes, sinking to a sled leaning against the fence or an action figure with snapped off limbs, waiting until darkness, until I can throw away another one of my dreams, until I can try to learn how to sing. Thank you for listening.
Once again, Twist with just an amazing and intense and beautiful writing there. If you liked that, make sure you go check out Twist podcast called Story Stoic. Ash Maddie has dropped a link in the chat for that. Incredible stuff. Each and every Tuesday, right here on Weird at Night, Twist has another version of instrumental. It's absolutely incredible stuff. So make sure you go subscribe to that podcast. Check it out. It's about 15 minutes of this kind of thing. It's called Flash Fiction. You don't want to miss out on that. And another note, let's all put our hands together and send good vibes out to Blaze in Space. Blaze in Space did let us know that they are out of the Chamber of Self-Discovery, but unfortunately they were so stoked to be out of the Chamber of Self-Discovery, they had a minor injury today, and so they can't really show us a whole lot today. But that will be happening on Saturday, and Blaze in Space is okay, but kind of hurting at the moment. So, big love to Blaze in Space. All right, so this is the section of the show that we do called the Auto Write. The Auto Write. What is an Auto Write, you might be asking? Well, an Auto Write is what our friends the Surrealists use. Now, you may have noticed we take a little bit of influence from Surrealism and Dada and things like that. But what Surrealists were really trying to do was capture the imagination, not the imagination. They were trying to capture the unconscious mind. And so the best way to do that is to try to get as clear as you possibly can. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna count down from 10, and as I do, I just want you to try and clear your mind. Okay, clear your mind as I count down from 10. When I get to 1, I'm gonna say go. And when I say go, everybody's gonna start writing in the chat. Nobody's gonna spell correct or edit. That's not the point. It'll ruin everything. And if you try to sound smart, I'll know it and I will call you a fraud. Don't do it. We don't need to sound smart. We need to sound weird. Okay, that's the whole point. We're trying to tap into our subconscious, okay? So once again, I count down from 10, you try to clear your mind, I get to 1 and say go. You start writing in the chat. We'll go for about 30 seconds. And at the end, when I say stop, we're all gonna hit enter or return. And I'm going to read everybody's auto writes. And then we're gonna blast the fuck off, but we have one last thing to watch before we do that, which is the one and only Beatrix Sky. So make sure you don't tune out too soon. But let's do this auto write first, shall we? Okay, so We are gonna do it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start typing. Go. All right, and stop. Let's let these start to roll in, shall we? All right, I'm gonna start reading because we already have a few. Madsy in the End Times. When I think about brains, I start salivating and grinding my teeth. Not because I like to digest my thoughts, but because the brink and spongy brain reminds me of chewing gum. Very nice. Weird at night. That's me. That's me who said this. It's a skittle of a life in a shittle of a knife, but I have glad hands for trash bags full of lettuce. No one knows me the way Wantra, my computer, does. That's also literally true. This thing has all my stuff on it. Anywho, it's all good. We're just parrots with carrots in the end. Alex FMV. Don't know, no, there's a panda in the pocket of your worst friend? How do you feel about them now? Bit different with a panda named Ethel. If I was named Billy Bob, I could have $1 million trillion and I would use it to have someone come and knock the glasses off Pat's face right now. Just for Skittles. Why are we both talking about Skittles? And for giggles. And I only ever learned to tie my shoes with a loop swoop and pull. So I am superior. Thank you, cousin. TC Blackout. When your undies are outside, you are fucked. Yet when things from outside are inside, you can be fucked. So what's the safety? Sides? A rhombus has sides, but most people do not recognize it. So how am I supposed to protect myself from in-out sideways affairs? It's a great question, TC Blackout. I'm not really sure. Mount Fog. Zoom into the flower pollen floods your nose like a drug, but also like pollen, and you sneeze, feeling woozy. If only I weren't allergic to this thing I am so close to. If only I didn't want to actively leave. Ah well, I venture forth into the caverns of the flower. It's a dahlia, you see, a nice dahlia like that. Virgin Wolf, Mrs. Dalloway, party, I don't know, something literature. If you have a party, bring flowers or just say. Absolutely agree. Greg Dember. Edge of the wall going on after, but not now. We work and the caterpillar essence floats for 6 times, 7 cans of tar. Tar is all in there. Was never more tar than that. But what now? What now? Bicentennial baby. Walk to your house on my lunch break. Here it comes. Do. I used hazelnut because I didn't want to reveal that I spent so much time trying to figure out the color of your eyes that I invented a new color. Wow. Naomi Baomi Faomi. Still dark, clear, starry. The kind of night where it's difficult to tell where the sky stops and the water starts. She floated, sometimes staring up and the sky, sometimes staring down into the water. One with everything. Dartone III. Spurton Merkin was the hero below the city of Seattle. Tonight, Spurton Merkin was laying pipe through the filth of the sewers. Plowing through the diseased corpses of alligator and raptor, they stood steady. They stood ready. Sorry. Wow, this almost sounds like more of the vigilante Dartone. Ash Matty, going internal like a grade A hyperventilation system stuck right behind this dresser. No, not that one. That one has holes in it, just like the smelly underpants inside it. I wanted you to tell me if most Greek yogurt is actually from Turkey or not, but it seems like you don't even fucking know. Freddie Dalmastar, stoking the embers of lost memory. I spoke at length to my inner child and found a long hidden peace. Beautiful. All right, Those are our auto rights. Now Dartone is alleging that Alex FMV and I are the same person, though we are very close to the same person, Dartone. That is not true. We are not the same person. We are two different people legally. God damn it. That was a lot of fun. Oh, one more thing. We got another follow here from a new friend of the show. Gonna go back here. Because Greg Denver gave us a follow. And before we send ourselves off tonight, I'm gonna sing to Greg. Greg Denver, thank you for the follow. My darling Denver, love you for all follow. I'm just a fool in love with you. Following the channel. Thank you, Greg Denver. Thank you for the awesome music too as well, my friend. That was amazing. Now, to close out this night, Greg said, wait till September. That's right. All right. Well, Saturday's headliner was none other than Seattle mainstay Beatrix Sky. I've been a big Beatrix fan for 5 or 6 years now. Her work is awesome, and we have her right here for you to send us into the ether space. Love you all. Join me in the Discord in about 5 minutes. We're going to have a blast. I love catching up with all of you. We got the Goddess of Goodbye on deck to see us out. But for now, enjoy the incredible Beatrix Sky.
I just want someone to
Shout out to Mount Fog and Night Hikes. This has been awesome.
You're weird at night. So weird at night. Thanks for being so weird at night. For 100 nights. Weird at night.
Freed from the shackles of time and space, we present Weird at